All right, so great to see you. So I'm going to do a couple of things because I want to get us right into it. On the chat, because we have such a robust group of people attending today, it would be wonderful if you can do a couple of things here, three things. In the chat, if you can just put whatever name you like to be called. Keep it clean, y'all, keep it clean. But whatever name you like to be called and your pronouns and your where you're calling from, where you're checking in from, and also your favorite poet. You probably have been asked this lots of times, but let's just say your favorite poet that comes to mind right now, because we are celebrating uh, Poetry Month. So I'll start. My name is Yvette Angelique. I go by she and her pronouns. I'm calling in from Atlantic Beach, Florida. And my favorite poet that I'm totally into for a few years is Lucille Clifton. So that's my girl. I see Kim Greenan over there snapping their fingers there. Yeah, so in case some of you haven't heard of Lucille Clifton, you just ought to know who she is. So if you could do that for me, that would be terrific. And I will just start to go through the chat and read some of what people are saying. I'm just going to refer to your first name. I offer my apology if I mispronounce it. I would love to be corrected at another time. We are short on time. So welcome, Bonnie, from Houston. That's Georgia. I hope I got that right. And I see you were a mermaid, but I don't know who your favorite poet is. Oh, wait a minute. This is a couple times. Oh, wait a minute. I'm reading people from earlier. Thank you, Hope at Hand. Really appreciate the Zoom offering. Okay. Oh, let me get through that. All right. Oh, lovely. It looks like Hafeza. Hafaza. I hope I'm saying that correctly from the UK. Welcome, Alaya. Uh, Kevin Young. Yes, Kevin Young. Beautiful, 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 right? Bonnie, welcome. Vincent Malay, wonderful, wonderful. Sylvia Plath. Oh, good old Sylvia, Gloria. Thank you. Buffy. Joyce Sidman. Oh, I don't know if I know Joyce Sidman's work. I love it when I do this. I get to learn about so many poets. Look, Sam has written Michael Harnett. Thank you, thank you. Kirsty Sylvia Plath from South Africa. Wonderful, Kirsty, wonderful. Maria, Ada Lemon now. Yes, Ada Lemon. She was the poet laureate. Wonderful. Um, and it's Maya, it looks like. Make sure I say the name right. Diane. Mary Oliver, a favorite, a favorite. Selena, welcome, Los LA. Nikki Giovanni, we just lost her. Oh my God, she's beautiful, wonderful. Ruth, thank you. Poet Shooter Crumb. I don't think I know Shooter's work. Okay, so, oh, nice new poets. Let's see, Wendy from Oregon, Scott Carnes. Susan has offered us Mary Oliver. Yes, yes. Uh, it looks like Hafaza from UK. Let's Maya Angelou. Yes, yes. Lucille Clifton Kim. All right, we here, we here. Let's see, Deborah. Deborah has offered us also Lucille Clifton, another one, and David White. I love him. Yes, yes. Thank you. Kate has offered. It looks like Phasalis. I'm not familiar with Phasalis. Thank you, Kate. Let's see, poet from Nupur, from India. Favorite poet is Hopkins. All right. Mandy, Emily Dickinson. Okay, that's an old favorite. Let's see. Emma has put a message in there. Sean from San Francisco, welcome. Saul Williams, Winchester, UK. Thank you. Wendy Coe. All these folks from UK, you know, I teach poetry there. I probably will be in Scotland next summer to teach. So I have to make sure the word gets out. Karen Finch, let's see. Oh yeah, Nikki Grimes. Love her novel in verse. Okay, great. Thank you all for offering and welcome. Welcome to the class. Okay, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to share my screen on some slides I want you to just check out. And we've already done our welcome. And I'm also going to put it in the chat because it's a Canvas link. Canva, not Canvas, but Canva link. So in case it's hard to see the shared screen, you can get on Canva, and plus you'll have the slides so you don't have to ask me for them. Ha ha ha, right? So let's go to the slide, and we are on something that's called 9 lines. So I'm going to switch back and forth from the slides to the view window. I'm just going to give you a heads up. We've had a couple of issues with some folks slipping in our workshops who just, are not supposed to be there. So if all of a sudden you get shut down, they'll close down the link, just sign back in. Okay, just sign back in on your link in case we get shut down. So let me just give you that public service announcement there. All right. So we've done our introductions. And don't you love this little girl? Let's play with poetry for fun. Yay! So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have some fun. So we are going to experiment with a 9-line poem that's called the Nonet. Now, the fun thing about the Nonet, and here's an example of it. Let me read it. This is my poem I created. So just take a look. It's called We Rise at Dawn. And I'm just going to have you experience the poem, and then we'll talk a little bit about the poem and the structure. It goes like this. We rise at dawn. They crack our bones on blistered concrete. Shoes melt thin on streets thick with grief. Sweat mixes tear gas and blood. We sing through spit swollen tongues, with names tasting like burnt metal, smoke, and sky. We rise dawn. So the beautiful part of this poem that is very short. It's 9 lines, and we go by syllables. The first line is 9 syllables. The next line, shoes melt thin on streets thick with grief, 8 syllables. Sweat mixes tear gas and blood, 7 syllables. And so you get the pattern from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it each is on a line. So if you need something to just see visually, here we go. The methodology code: 9 syllables, 8 syllables, 7 syllables, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when this is a nice poem, because some people may know that you are a poet, and they go, "Oh, Dad's having a birthday. Can you write him a poem?" And you're going, "Oh God, now I feel pressured." See, this way you can write a poem that's just 9 syllables down to 1 or 9 lines, and people will go, "Oh my God, this is such a brilliant piece of work." And you can also play with this for yourself. Now, in terms of typical topics and so forth, this is the beauty part about the Nonet. It works on any topic. You can have a rhyme scheme if you want. You tap into your 5 senses, you show us some stuff, you tell us some stuff. So it's not something that's super, super strict in terms of structure, and it's something that you can write. But I got to tell you, people usually have a hard time, goes, "Oh, where do I start? Where do I start?" So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas. All right. So before we get started, probably one of the best things you can do is just think of a scene. So let's just say that one of my favorite things to do is to sit in the Starbucks and just watch people come in and just do people watching. And when I'm doing people watching, I am looking at the conversations, I'm looking at their hand gestures, I'm looking at what they're wearing, and then I just imagine what's happening in that interaction. Sometimes I see couples, sometimes I see a parent with a child, and I look at what's their facial expression. So I just start to like create a scene in my mind about what I think is going on. Whether it's true or not is not the issue. It's the fact that I'm taking some creative license in making up a story. Or you might try something like write down, and this is called like forced association. So this is a great exercise. You just on a piece of paper, write the numbers 1 through 10 down vertically, and then give yourself like 3 minutes, and you're going to quickly write out line by line story of any moment that you might have faced. So by putting 1 through 10 down and putting on a timer, you're really forcing yourself to just come and write whatever pops in your head. You're really challenging your creative source. So this is another great way to think of content. And all we're doing is just brainstorming content in order to riff off of. You may not use these lines, but this gets your creative juices started because it might associate with something else that pops in your mind just for doing this exercise. Another idea that you can start with is to just play with the five senses. So again, use this list activity. You can list from 1 to 25, and you're just going to give yourself like 3 or 4 minutes. And as fast as you can, list 5 quick images that come to your mind for each of the for the senses. So because you have 25, 5 goes into 25 5 times. The first 5 lines might be for smell. The next 5 lines might be for taste, and so forth. So, I just had my coffee and cinnamon bun for breakfast. So I am still tasting that, the raisin and that nice vanilla icing. So I might write raisin, vanilla icing, um, dough, cinnamon. I had a beautiful Starbucks coffee that my husband just bought me. I might say grande, latte, foam, whatever comes to mind, the smell, of espresso, deep, whatever words come to mind, just put them down. Now, what you have in front of you is just a jumbled of words and images and senses and tastes. And then you can get to creating. You can use your list and whatever else has popped in your head and begin to write this moment, this scene that could be become a Nonet poem, and you just start working with the syllables. If some of these ideas just feel overwhelming, just start writing maybe a moment that just comes to your head. Maybe it's a moment of a loved one being born. It might be a moment of a birthday party that you went to of your, 85-year-old grandmother. Whatever moment comes to mind, just do a little free write around that moment, and then you could turn it into that Nonet poem. So we're at about 12:21 right now. What I like to invite you to do, we're going to take the next 10 minutes to just write our scenes, follow some of these exercises. Um, you can start with here, let me get out of stop share here. You can go through some of those exercises to get started. So at 10 minutes, I'm going to say, okay, time's up. And then I'm going to have you start working that for the next 15 or 20 minutes, putting your Nonet poem into use. If you have any questions, please place it in the chat. I will go ahead and answer what I can in the chat, and we'll see what's going on. Okay. And now I'm checking the chat for any questions. So we're spending the next 10 minutes with you just jotting down your memory or the moment, like I want to write about this moment. Someone asked me to repeat the exercise. The exercise is to remember a moment. And I gave you a couple of exercises to do to try to remember the moment. If you go to the Canva that I sent you, the Canva link, it will specifically tell you the exercise that you can do to come up with that content. And here it is again if you don't have it. We have about 3 more minutes left in coming up with our idea for our 9-line poem. If you've come up with your scene, you can move towards coming up with the 9 lines. Remember, the first line starts with 9 syllable. Begin to tell your story. Okay, we're at 12:31. If hopefully you have enough content that you can begin to draw from. I'm going to share my screen again so you can see how the 9 lines will work there. Can everybody see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen. Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to go to that slide. And again, first line, 9 syllables, second line, 8 syllables. Now you're going to need a special piece of equipment to help you, and that's hands. Syllable, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to need to use your hands because sometimes you'll slip in an extra syllable and then you mess the whole thing up. So let's go to the beginning and have your first line be 9 syllables, second line 8, and so forth. So I'm going to give you about 15 minutes to work on this, and then we'll take some volunteers to try to share what you've written. And it's okay, whatever it is, no judgment here. Let's put some raggedy first drafts into place. So let's get going for the next 15 minutes. Let's see if you can master this poetic form. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat, please. And we have about 2 minutes remaining before we can share. If you've already finished one poem, I encourage you to keep it rolling. Start to write some other poetry or continue to revise. Make it more interesting. Okay, good people. I know you have a lot more to write. You could put a pause on your pen. Just know you can come back to it. Let's hear from some folks. Use your raised hand function to volunteer to read, and let's have some fun with it. Okay, it looks like I got in queue Diane Neff. Diane, you can unmute yourself. I think you can unmute yourself.
You'll have to do it, Yvette.
Oh, I have to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Worries.
Let's see. Okay, did I do it?
Yes,
Yes.
you allowed us to unmute ourselves.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so this is mine. It's called Spring.
Okay.
Raindrops cling to delicate blossoms, petals slick green from tender stems. The sun hasn't warmed the air, but we came out to gaze at iridescence of each tiny, shining dome, jeweled rose.
Oh, let's give Diane some love. All right. Thank you, Diane. Thank you for going first as well. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Terrific. All right. Let's hear from Sam. Let's see, Sam. Uh, uh, let's see. Did I unmute you? No.
There you go. That worked.
Yeah.
So I just wrote from memory
Okay.
of a time. It's called Last Ride, a Nonet.
Okay.
Riding the ferry in Istanbul. The sea tastes salty, the air cool. Seagulls swoop in for breadcrumbs. Being here is so much fun. How I wish to stay here in Turkey, but it is my last ride.
Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Let's
you.
give Sam some love. Beautiful. You all have mastered this. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Let's see, Diane, I'm gonna try to put your hand down here. Let's see if I can lower your hand. There you go. I got it. All right. All right. It looks like Hafaza, give me your name. Let's see. I am. Let me see. I am. Wait a minute. Ask to unmute. There you go. Did you unmute? There you go.
Thank you. It's Hafiza.
Hafiza. Thank you, Hafiza. Thank you. All right, Hafiza. Drop some
Right.
lines for me.
Titled Brood in Its Pot.
Mhm.
The moaning of everyday people. Conversations in the cafe. Ruminating thoughts of love. Wandering aimlessly. To be served sliced cake. a warm hot brew with custard, cherry, glazed. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. An everyday moment. You all are mastering this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Bonnie, let's hear from you if Yvette can get this unmute going here. Did it unmute for you? There you go.
Yes, there we
All
go.
right. Okay.
Okay. Cheap vacation, 2 parents, 3 girls. Cooler lunches, cabin dinner. Lake Michigan, shore play, run. Sand, lotion, sticky grit. Tidal pool, splash, run. Right alongside mom and dad. Ours alone, ours.
Nice. What a beautiful memory and moment. All right. Great. Great. Beautiful. Thank you, Bonnie. All right. Let's give Nancy some love here. Nancy, let's see if I can get you unmuted.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted.
Yes, I can hear your voice. All right.
Good. Okay, this is called, I think, Dangerous Times. Holy Week came and it was all clear. Sunlight dripped like diamonds from leaves, bright green against the spring sky, blue and cloudless, Easter, death and renewal, democracy, growth, freedom, stolen, gone.
Wow. Wow. Nice. We got to have you in the justice writing next week, the protest poetry.
Yeah. I'm in.
All right. Well, welcome to see you. Nice job, Nancy. All right. And is it Shell that's next? Let's see. I'm going to unmute you. There you go.
Yep, it's Shell.
Okay. Thank you, Shell.
Thank you.
Lay some lines on us.
Okay. Waited so long to see you blooming. Bright yellow pops blaze like sunshine. Frilly trumpet shapes dancing on the still shaggy lawn. Harbingers of spring. Floral heralds, daffodils, make smiles bloom.
Woo! Yeah. Put that on a Hallmark card. I love it. Actually, it's better than a Hallmark card. All right. Excellent. Excellent, Shell. All right. Buffy. I know you get Buffy the Vampire all the time, don't you? I just love that show. All right, Buffy, lay some lines on us.
Okay, this is the scene that happened this morning in my backyard. It's called Masked Bandit in the Yard. Hound sounds his alarm. Aroo, aroo. Snout points toward the leafless oak. Furry head pops from tree hole. Front paws reach for safety, leading our eyes away from hidden young. She waddles higher. Spring.
Love it. Yes, I like it. It's fresh from the morning. How about that? Let's give Buffy some love. That's great. All right. Okay, we have time. Let's see. We're gonna cut it off at Kim Brandon. So let's get in the last 3 we got here. All right, Sean. Let me unmute you and throw us down some lines.
Oh, okay. This one is called Open Mic.
Mhm.
Lights shine bright, reflecting off a floor. Squeaky sounds from the swinging doors. The smell of beer and liquor. The crowd too dark to see. My palms are sweaty. Microphone slipping. Now or never. Deep breath. Speak.
Ooh, nice. Sean, you rock that. Let's give Sean some love.
Thank you.
Oh, let me tell you, you all have got this down to an art. All right, all right. Okay, Deborah, let me unmute you. Has that worked there? Are you able to unmute? All right. We don't hear you. Where'd you go,
Can you
Deborah?
hear
Oh,
me?
there you are. Okay, there you go. Uh-huh.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I broke the rules. I wrote two because I finished faster than I thought. So um, it's called Looking for Llamas at the Portland Airport.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for llamas at Portland stop, none in sight by baggage or gate, wondering if it's a joke. April 1st, hangover. Disappointment fades. Poets await. Fun begins when I say.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, you didn't break any rules. You just got to keep it rolling. Thank you for sharing that one, Deborah. All right. Kim, last but not least, let me unmute you. There you go.
We raised our children together then. We took turns keeping a watch. I almost lost one of hers once. Turned my back a second. Her 2-year-old's feet ran into traffic, a sprinter dancing free.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. I pray that this doesn't happen with my 2-year-old I have next week. Because she will try to be free. All right. Hey, you all have done a terrific job on this particular form. So let's see. Emma, can you make us all like one big gallery again? Or how am I looking at this?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you go up to the upper
oh,
right-hand
speaker.
corner.
Okay, there you go. Because at first I had it and then I didn't. Gallery, here I go. Oh, great. You all have done a terrific job here. So let me see. I got some comments in the chat. So let me just look at those real quick. Let's see. Oh, Gloria, I'm sorry, you said you wanted to read. I didn't see your hand. A specific image in these poems. I'm inspired to continue writing. Let's see, Gloria, can we get your voice in? Because I'm sorry, I did not see your message. I am not multitasking in that way. Where's Gloria? Where is Gloria?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, let us hear your voice.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out how to raise the hand thing.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Okay, here goes. Grief tsunami rolled off her shoulders. Rage dot lifted off Turner's painting, dropped as a beautiful tear into her shattered heart. Memory bullets loaded despair, fired on cranium wall.
Nice, beautiful. Well, I'm glad that you were able to get your voice in. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have about 4 minutes left. Let me just facilitate if there are any questions about this poetic form. I know someone had asked about in the chat, where do we get these forms from? Let's see. I have lots of second forms. I can't even remember. But what I did do is that if you scroll up, I did put my bookstore. I have a bookstore online with Bookshop, and I will copy it and put it again. And so what we can do is if you want to just check out some different poetry craft, I've curated a few of them on my bookstore, so you can just go on in there and check some of them out. And there's one that's on like A to Z poetry forms. So if you just want to explore with different types of poetic forms, you can also go on Poetry Foundation. Sometimes it takes a little looking for you to go through some of those to get them. But that poetry from A to Z, that's like one of my Bibles because you could just, explore kinds of cool forms. But to answer the question directly, I don't remember where I got this one from. And I just thought it was a cool one to start. And it was one I hadn't heard of, and it was a cool one to start people who have difficulty starting poetry, just not know where to start from. So this was a real cool one. And you all did a fabulous job. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? Let's see, something has come up in the chat. Thanks for these links. Thank you. Oh, you are quite welcome. Oh, someone has asked, can we share emails to stay connected? You know what? I put my email in there. I don't think we're exchanging emails. Emma, let me just check in with you.
I've got everybody's emails. So if they want them to be shared with you for your newsletter, that sort of thing, I can definitely do that.
Well, I tell you what, if you care not to have your email shared, why don't you, get with Emma and email Hope at Hand if you're not really interested in sharing your email. Because some folks like to do that, and some folks say, I get a ton of emails, so I love you, but I don't want to be like doing that for a minute. And there's no shame in that. Any other questions? Folks are saying thank you and all this other kind of stuff. You are so welcome. Here it is. Somebody put that in there. Irene Latham has a kid poetry collection titled 9, a book of 9 poems. Hey, that's wonderful. I don't even know about that one. Thank you so much, Buffy, for sharing that information. Appreciate you for that. All right, if you haven't done so already, check the chat for some of you, can they copy the chat? Let me see. Look, you can save the chat. Save the chat, y'all. Save the chat. If you can save the chat, do so. There's all kinds of beautiful resources in there. I want to thank you all for taking the time to do this. Again, my name is Yvette Angelique. I have another poetry workshop that looks at social justice, protest poems, and things like that. Something, whatever you are, your heart is really advocating for, whether it be food justice, whether it be animal justice, climate justice, racial justice, you just name it. It's an opportunity for you to uplift your voice and come up with creative ways of doing that. So we're meeting the moment. So happy Poetry Month, y'all. And thank you so much.